Here we have the 1960 Rolls-Royce Silver Cloud. At first glance, it presents well. I'm about a good 10 feet away. I can't see any blemishes as of yet, but as you get a little closer, they'll start to appear, but they seem minimal. Well, that's all relative as well. But coming here up on the right fender, we can see where the chrome has got some pitting, might need some reworking or polishing to get it back to the proper luster that it should be at. Paint's looking pretty good. I run my hand across it, feels pretty smooth. I'll start doing some paint meter readings. We got 11 thousandths, and we got a reading of 19.7. When we get that 19.7 reading, that's just an indication that there's some body filler there. That's not 100% metal underneath, but the extent of the body filler, we wouldn't know unless we were to strip it down. But as far as like the finish work, it looks pretty good. So, but if we go down here a little bit more, you can see where the paint is peeling here. Paint peeling, and then there's some small surface rust right here, and then here along the lip there is some chipping and slight surface rust. That light surface rust is not an issue, that just gets cleaned up and then the issue is resolved. It's when you have that metal rot or deterioration where you have to start getting into metal work. Looking at the rest of the vehicle, the bumper looks pretty straight. Fog lights look good. Grill, the vanes are all nice and secured. Alignment here, slightly off, but nothing to be a major concern. Okay, looking at the left front fender, looking pretty straightforward. The body line looks good here, running right across, so it looks good. Looking at the wheels, no issues there. The hubcaps or rings, didn't see any dents on there, so that looks pretty good. All right. Going here, we're looking at the exterior bright work. You can see where it's going to need some attention, so just keep that in mind. Also, the seal around the windshield, the rubber is starting to deteriorate, so that's something that you might want to look at some point if you're looking for cosmetic perfection. Window frames look good. Door handles look good as well. I checked the body lines here, look pretty straight. Okay. There is just some blemishes there, but again, they're really hard to see. You can see here, if I can get the right angle, but there's a small dent there. Going here to the rear tire looks good. All the lines are looking good. Okay. Paint is looking decent. Just again, some minor blemishes here in the rear. But again, if you're not looking for them, you won't see them. The rear looks good. Lines are matching up. Lenses are not cracked. Just internally, if you get really close, you can see some shattering. But again, considering the age of the vehicle, if those are original, then that's pretty nice. Back window looks pretty good, and as well as the roof. Going here to the rear, looks pretty straightforward again. The bright work or the chrome is a little better back here. Okay, you can see this license plate light is about the worst of it. Okay, here on the right rear quarter panel, you can see where there's some creasing right here, and you can see where it's chipped right there and a chip right there, so it'll need to get reworked. Again, and there's some signs of body filler there as well. Check there, and roof looks pretty good. Okay, nice. Frames are looking good as well. Okay, and here going to the passenger door, pretty straightforward. Just some chipping down here below. Lines look good, and let's get another reading or two. Okay, 19.7. So we know that the vehicle has some body filler. Just the extent of it, we don't know. I'll get one last reading here for you, and then there's some slight deterioration here on the hood. Okay, so the paint's not 100%, and that's it. I've had the engine idling for about 10 minutes now. The engine seems to really purr like a kitten more than anything. It's probably like one of the quietest engines I've heard in a while. Just looking at it, the pulleys look straight. I don't see any wobbling whatsoever. The belts look pretty new. I can see where there's been some money invested in here. I've already checked the oil level. That looked pretty good. We're getting a little bit of smoke coming from here underneath. But again, I know they did the compression check, so that this might be some oil from them touching it or what have you. So I'll keep another eye on that. Just going here to the other side. Again, I don't know if the video will pick up on it, but it's pretty quiet. Firewall looks pretty good. Didn't see any signs of any leaks whatsoever. The hoses look like they're in pretty good shape. The fluid level looks pretty good as opposed to the opposing side where it's just slightly dark. So at some point, if you decide to take ownership of the vehicle, it's something that I would consider as far as one of the first service measures. I've already gotten the body ID and the firewall tag. Okay, I've got that. And then I've also shot some pictures there down underneath to see if there's some other number that I can pick up on. Looking at it, we do see some smoke coming out. Again, I'll keep an eye on that to see if that clears up perhaps after the test drive. I don't know how long these cars sit, so that might be a factor. The trunk, I've already opened up that. I laid out all the tools. It fires right up. The battery is functioning well, and the spare tire, I pulled that out. I've already actually taken plenty of pictures. Pulled that out, but and it actually has its toolkit here, which is still pretty cool. All right. Okay, I'm gonna continue on with the inside.